I'm Adam Anschel for Pro Football Weekly, along with PFW draft analyst Nolan Nawrocki, as we take a look at Nolan's mock draft picks 6 through 10. Nolan, we're at the number 6 spot, the Cleveland Browns. Who's the pick here?
I think they got to look hard at a receiver. You look at their receiving core right now, they don't have a true number 1. They may not even have a number 2. They gave Colt McCoy a vote of confidence, so I think they like to stay with what they got at the quarterback position. Julio Jones, to me, is the pick. He's a guy that could become a playmaker at that receiver position. He can really do a lot of things well after the catch. He's a guy that really fits Mike Holmgren's offense.
Certainly put on a show at the scouting combine. We'll see if that translates once that foot is healed. At the number 7 spot are the San Francisco 49ers. Where do you see them going with the pick?
I think Patrick Peterson, if he were here, the 49ers would be doing cartwheels. They got a pressing need at cornerback. Nate Clements really struggled last season, has been falling off, and Peterson's a guy that has similar talents, could fill a role as a press corner, maybe even help in return games. So I think he would make a lot of sense for the 49ers.
I think as highly as I've seen him rated, that would be a pretty good pick at the number 7 spot. Moving on to number 8, the Tennessee Titans. Could this be a spot where Cam Newton goes? Obviously, with the Vince Young questions, quarterback is a concern.
Yeah, and I don't see Cam going here, but I could see his teammate Nick Fairley. They just signed Tracy Rocker as defensive line coach from Auburn, brought him on board to replace the highly respected Jim Washburn. So I think they got the structure in place to handle the questions about his character, to keep him in line. So he's a guy that would make a lot of sense in this spot.
At number 9 are the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones running the show there. You're never quite sure what you're going to get. Who do you see him picking?
I think they have to look hard at their needs this year, and the most pressing need is on the defensive line at that 5 technique position. Marcus Spears is unsigned. They don't really have a lot of depth there, so I think they're going to look hard at J.J. Watt from Wisconsin. He's a guy that I kind of had pegged at this spot for the last couple of mock drafts, and it's hard to pull him out of there just knowing how important that 5 technique position is to stopping the run and really keying that 3-4 front.
At number 10 are the Washington Redskins, another possible landing spot for Cam Newton. Is this where you see him going?
There's a chance he could. They'll definitely take a hard look at him, but we went with a cornerback, Prince Amukamara from Nebraska. If you look at their cornerback situation, D'Angelo Hall was very inconsistent last year, despite going to the Pro Bowl. Carlos Rogers is going to be a free agent, and they just signed O.J. Atagwe to help shore up the secondary, but on the other side, they currently have Kevin Barnes slated to start at corner, so they got a very big need that they have to fill, and I think they need to find some more depth at cornerback.
It'll be fun to watch at the draft as this pick comes up. If Cam's not off the board, people will be wondering if this is where he goes. We'll keep checking back for you as we go through the mock draft. Nolan, for all of the best draft coverage, be sure to follow us on Twitter or go to ProFootballWeekly.com.